Hello, my name is Kaylee Paulsel and I'm so excited to make this video for you all. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak to you. So you asked me to answer 3 questions, so let's get started. The first one says, tell us about yourself and what is the driving force behind your desire to be a child life specialist. So here is myself and a fancy collage that I created. So I'm a child life student. And then I also am able to experience children's development through different nonprofits that I volunteer with. So let's start with the first one. The first one is story time at a public library. And one of the greatest achievements that comes to mind from story time is creating a craft. The theme for that week was trains, and I was able to create this right here. So I outlined the different shapes, and the goal is for the children to be able to take these shapes and place them where they needed to be to create a train. But the neat part of it was if they got stuck, they had either myself, Miss Melissa, or their mommies to help them get to the next level or to help them get to the next piece. So that was just really neat that I was able to use where they were developmentally and create this craft for them. So the driving force behind my desire to be a child life specialist is to honestly help children cope in these uncertain situations. I want to do that so badly. I want to be able to just dive in and help these children understand what's going on. What do you see as the value of play for hospitalized children? Describe an experience during your child life volunteering in which you utilize these values. So when I hear the word play, I think it is a child's way of communicating. It's their language. So they play and they're able to express how they feel, what their fears are, what they're thinking. It's really interesting just to watch it. But when I think of the types of play, especially in the child life world, so there's diversional, developmentally supportive, therapeutic, and medical. But all these different types of play, they develop physical, cognitive, and social skills. So that's why it's so important. So play not only creates normalization in a scary environment, but it also bridges the gap between their home life and this hospital life. Like I said, it normalizes. It's more of like a safe zone. It gets them around familiar activities. Like, oh, okay, I know what to do here. I'm not as afraid. I feel more in control. So I definitely think that is the value of play. What comes to mind, an experience of mine, is from Camp John Mark when I was the sports and games facilitator. So I used the game of Pac-Man, where one person is Pac-Man and then they attack the other players and then they all become Pac-Mans and then they try to get everyone out. So I was able to use physical skills. Are you able to walk with purpose? Cognitive skills, what's your strategy? How are you going to get the ghost that's not a Pac-Man yet? And then social skills. They had to be able to communicate to each other to try to team up and get the ghost that was not a Pac-Man. The final question is, what specific goals do you hope to achieve during a child life practicum? So there were a couple goals that I had written in my application, but there were also some that I did not mention, and I would like to share those with you all right now. Gain insight and exposure to the child life profession through observing a variety of clinical interventions. So basically, I just want to be able to dive in and just soak up everything that I'm observing and learning. I was listening to a podcast, and the question was, what is one word to describe your child life practicum? And she said, amazed. And she was asked to elaborate. And she was talking about how she was amazed and wowed by everything that the child life team was doing. Just the profession in general. She was amazed. And that's what I want to be too. My second goal is to enhance my therapeutic, diagnostic teaching, surgical preparation, medical play, bereavement, and assessment skills. Again, this goes back to observing. I just want to be able to soak it all in and enhance my skills. My final goal is to strengthen my confidence working in different departments in the hospital environment and with different cultural backgrounds. So one of the main reasons that I chose to apply to St. Jude is because of those cultural differences. You have patients one day in their hometown, and the next they have a referral and they're flown to St. Jude. And I just respect so much how St. Jude works so hard to make them feel comfortable, to respect their values, to respect their beliefs. So I want to be able to be confident walking into a room when I know that they have a different background. Thank you so much for this opportunity to talk to you. I really appreciate it. And I hope to talk to you soon. And lastly, I just want to say thank you so much for all that you do for the kids of St. Jude.